the beginning of the retreat. At the dawn of an unforgettable day, the Earth's sky turned to flames. Alien ships descended upon the world's largest cities, dismantling defenses and, in a short time, subduing 60% of Earth's armed forces. Human resistance, though fierce, seemed insignificant against the advanced technology of the invaders. Millions were lost, and civilization was abruptly forced to confront its very survival. But amid the devastation, hope emerged, something that seemed like science fiction until then: the possibility of traveling through wormholes to other corners of the universe. Why would an advanced and hostile race have such interest in a seemingly primitive species? What hidden value could Earth hold? The answer came in fragments, with intercepted messages from the few remaining operational satellites. Our planet was a strategic point, and beyond that, an experiment. Earth held rare resources and was in a prime location within a cosmic network of dimensional portals, which the invaders intended to control at all costs. Faced with imminent destruction, humanity turned to the only experimental technology that could save the species: Project Exodus, involving the creation and manipulation of wormholes. Scientists from around the world, with the support of the remaining military powers, activated this risky, desperate technology. Humans escaped through the portal to a distant system, taking what was left of their population and infrastructure. Earth was left behind, wrapped in a lost battle, but with a promise of return engraved in the survivors' collective memory. Centuries passed. On the new planet, christened Nemea, humanity was reborn, learning to adapt to its new home. Terraforming became an absolute necessity to make Nemea habitable. To achieve this, they used nuclear weapons, controlled explosions to create an atmosphere similar to Earth's. This brutal and risky process was essential for Nemea to evolve, giving rise to a world where nature could finally thrive. Over time, survival in this new environment and the need to resist the possible return of the invaders led humanity to transform. Bio-cybernetic engineering was perfected, creating a generation of enhanced humans with neural circuits, synthetic limbs, and internal armor. Transhumanism became the new normal on Nemea, with each generation closer to a symbiosis of flesh and metal, humanity and technology. The story of the Exodus and the loss of Earth was preserved as both legend and mission. The desire to reclaim the home planet was passed down through generations, a living flame that fueled scientific advances and resilience. They became warriors and engineers of a future forged in exile, and upon reaching unimaginable power, humanity was finally ready. In a new wave of preparations, Nemea's scientists and military set their sights on Earth. The advancements in wormhole technology and the development of planetary weapons marked the last step for the final plan: the return home. But now not just to reclaim what was ours, but to reclaim the entire galaxy. Earth without us. Earth, without its former inhabitants, became a landscape of extreme and striking contrasts. In the vast deserts that were once vibrant cities, enormous alien machines now rose like towering structures of metal and black cables. The invaders, speaking in their guttural and interrupted language with echoes and dark vibrations, communicated only as needed. There was no interest in exploring the surface beyond what natural resources could offer. These machines, with their vast, piercing mechanical arms, tore the Earth apart, digging down to the deepest layers. For the aliens, Earth was just a colossal deposit of rare elements, extracted without remorse or hesitation. The devastation around the mining zones was absolute. The cities that were once bustling became arid deserts and fields of broken stone and darkened sand. The sky above these areas was never blue. It was permanently cloudy, covered in a gray mist, and the air was heavy, toxic, with a bitter metallic odor that would cause instant nausea to any human. However, in the areas of no interest to the aliens, the planet followed its natural course. Without human interference, Earth seemed to seek a form of balance, a regeneration that bordered on mythical. Immense forests, dense and teeming with life, occupied large portions of the abandoned lands. Trees rivaling ancient skyscrapers in height, with canopies that blocked sunlight, were abundant. Earth's flora, free to evolve without limits, created an ecosystem so aggressive and immense that even the mining zones had to strengthen their defenses to contain the trees' roots attempting to invade the perimeters. The fauna followed the same path. familiar animal species grew into much larger, more adapted and ferocious versions. Ancient predators like wolves, felines, and even reptiles underwent natural mutations, increasing in size and complexity to survive in this wilder world. Creatures once seen as mere insects also reached unexpected proportions, adapting and multiplying to occupy spaces left by humanity. The oceans, on the other hand, had transformed into a place of extremes. Much of marine life had succumbed to contamination and abandonment, turning various regions into underwater graveyards. In other areas, especially in the deepest zones, aquatic life seemed to flourish impressively. Gigantic schools of fish dominated the clear waters, where currents and algae thrived, giving rise to colossal aquatic creatures, many of which had never been seen before, reminiscent of the fierce prehistoric predators. To the aliens, all of this was irrelevant. Their enormous machines drained mineral resources from specific regions, with perimeters and facilities they controlled with ruthless precision. During their resting moments, the invaders, tall, covered in organic armors connecting them directly to their mining machines, gathered in silence, attentive only to extraction levels and complex planetary monitoring systems. To them, Earth was no more than a piece of utilitarian territory, a strategic mining base, a fixed point in a network of galactic domination. While Earth restored its wild abyssal forms, the aliens continued their cold, mechanical routine, indifferent to the power of rebirth around them. To them, the planet was an empty body without value beyond its resources, and their mission was clear: maintain control of the strategic point, regardless of the silent forces awakening around them. Little did they know that, in the vast reaches of space, a renewed, enhanced humanity, forged over centuries of exile, was preparing to return. Humanity's ascendance on Nemea. On Nemea, humanity found the chance to be reborn without the burdens that had plagued its history on Earth. Destruction and exile united people like never before, creating a society based on cooperation and collective progress. Wars between nations and internal disputes ceased, and the focus became overcoming challenges to build a prosperous civilization. Human enhancement technology advanced rapidly. Neural implants became common, enabling Nemea's inhabitants to share thoughts and ideas directly, eliminating misunderstandings and ushering in a new era of empathy and collaboration. Artificial limbs, carbon fiber limbs, and lab-synthesized organs were available to everyone, not only to restore functions, but to enhance abilities. Transhumanism was no longer a choice. It became a natural part of life. Each person was faster, smarter, and more resilient, preparing not only for survival, but for a richer, more idealistic existence. Alongside physical modifications, the people of Nemea embraced mental evolution. The combination of artificial intelligence and cognitive enhancement developed an unprecedented collective awareness. Scientific projects were decided and executed on a massive scale, and environmental, health, and social issues were tackled swiftly. Nemea transformed into a utopian paradise, with vast green areas, radiant oceans, and an almost uninterrupted harmony among its inhabitants. Earth, which had once represented a cycle of conflict and exploitation, seemed a distant memory, a reminder that fed the determination never to revert to old habits. Nemea, with its peace and prosperity, was what Earth had never managed to be: the conquest of Nemea and preparations for the return. Terraforming Nemea, however, was a long and arduous process. When humanity arrived on the new planet, it was inhospitable, with a toxic climate and a harsh atmosphere. The initial stages of terraforming required nuclear weapons, generating carefully calculated explosions to release atmospheric elements and modify the surface structure. Though effective, these nuclear strikes brought consequences. Intense radiation contaminated parts of the planet for decades, and it became necessary to develop advanced decontamination technologies to clean and stabilize these regions. The process demanded countless generations and the dedication of innumerable scientists and engineers. Only after years of unbroken effort did humanity finally manage to create a safe atmosphere and transform Nemea into a green and habitable world. Meanwhile, wormhole technology was perfected to an unimaginable degree. Previously limited to military and restricted use, it became a tool of daily life. Instead of elevators or stairs, personal portals connected buildings, stations, and even continents on Nemea. Portable teleporters allowed people to travel instantly, changing the concept of distance and reducing travel time to seconds. This revolutionary technology, in addition to enhancing the quality of life for the inhabitants, became a symbol of the mastery humanity had acquired over the forces of physics, a marker that they were finally ready to return. Now, after centuries of peace and evolution, the time had come to fulfill the promise that had echoed among Nemea's inhabitants since the Exodus. In a wave of unprecedented unity, military, engineers, scientists, and civilians prepared for the operation to return to Earth. Armed with terraforming technologies, cybernetic enhancements, and advanced weaponry, and with massive motherships equipped with wormhole thrusters, humanity planned to reclaim their home planet. Nemea was a symbol of all humanity had become, and now Earth would be the stage where this new humanity would prove its strength and capability. The final launch order was given. The return to Earth was imminent, and humanity was ready to reclaim what was once theirs. Humanity's triumphant return. Humanity's arrival on Earth was epic. The first ships appeared in the sky like titanic shadows, descending silently and imposingly over the ruined planet. The new humans, a perfect symbiosis of flesh and translucent metal, appeared alien to the invaders themselves. Their shimmering appearance, with limbs and faces intertwined with technology as if part of a single organism, left the aliens confused. They had never seen anything like it, and at first contact, they thought they were facing another civilization of interstellar beings, but they would soon understand their mistake. As they stepped on the desert ground of the old mining zones, humans demonstrated the true extent of their evolution. Thanks to portable teleporters, they moved between positions at a speed that defied the aliens' comprehension. In sudden, lethal attacks, they appeared silently beside the invaders, dodging weapons as if predicting every strike. The aliens, once invincible on Earth, were annihilated with precision that seemed choreographed. The conflict, which had once subdued an entire race, was resolved in less than a day. And at the end of that brief but ruthless battle, humanity left a silent message to the cosmos. Earth was theirs, and any invader would face a fatal destiny if they dared to return. But the triumph over the aliens would prove to be only the first step. As they re-established themselves on Earth's surface, humans realized that the planet they had once known no longer existed. Without human presence to limit its expansion, nature had evolved into something fierce and imposing. Clouds of toxic spores floated between the canopies of colossal trees, and familiar predators had mutated into immense, deadly creatures with jaws and fangs evolved for survival. The ground was alive, reacting to human touch as if it were a conscious organism, and deep-rooted plants seemed to intertwine to trap anything that dared to invade their territory. Earth, now larger and 3 times denser than Nemea, was an unforgiving challenge. Humanity, in its technological evolution, was prepared to face any enemy civilization. But this new wild world would demand a completely different strategy, a new understanding of survival. Nature, seemingly molded to respond to devastation, was the true adversary, the ultimate obstacle humanity hadn't anticipated. As they gazed over the vastness of this untamed world, they understood that their fight had only just begun. Earth was now a hostile territory, full of unspeakable dangers and mysteries yet to be revealed. And there, amidst the silence of the abyssal forests and the roar of colossal creatures, humanity realized that their journey of reclamation was just beginning.